Hello and welcome. My name is Jason Huffman from the Analytics Center of Excellence, and I'm going to be demonstrating how you can quickly and easily load data into Einstein Analytics. For this activity, there is some quick prep work for you to complete. If you have not completed all the activities on this slide, you will need to complete them quickly before following along. So feel free to pause and make sure you've completed these instructions, and then you'll be able to repeat these activities as I'm demonstrating in this recording. There's some quick terminology to help you make the most out of loading data into Einstein Analytics. The data flow is the key foundational set of instructions that is always executed to be acquiring data and transforming data and loading it into Einstein Analytics. The dataset builder is one of the easier ways to construct the data flow for objects that are coming from Salesforce. Recipes are another easy way to tailor data flow with a visual interface, and they can be used to join internal and external data very easily. And if you'd like to acquire external data, you may use our connect utility to accomplish that. It is also easy to push data into Einstein Analytics. You simply prepare it in our correct format and push it in through our Einstein Analytics APIs, and then you'll be able to create a data set. Or you may use utilities from existing integrations that are out there available today. We're going to start with the dataset builder. The dataset builder, as I mentioned, is the easiest way to acquire data from inside of Salesforce. You typically start with a foundational of what is the key components that this data is about. So if we take, for example, this simple user use case, the users want to know information that is on the opportunity object and will require the account and user owner objects as well. So knowing that, we're now going to dive right in to the dataset builder and perform our exercise. Here is how we access the dataset builder. I am in my core instance, and I will use the app launcher to activate the Analytics Studio. In the upper right here, I see my Create button. I activate this to create a data set, and I'm going to be using, as I mentioned, Salesforce data. In this example, we're going to be using the name MyOpsData, and we're going to be adding it to the data flow, My Dreamforce data flow. Here I am with my view of the dataset builder, and if we remember the use case, it was centered around the opportunity object. While I'm using the dataset builder, be careful not to activate the next button until we are completely done with all of our activities. Here we can see our target structure using the opportunity object, the account object, and user data information. For the opportunity object, we're going to be grabbing these sets of fields, and as well as these sets of fields for the account object and the full name and photo for the user owner object. How do we accomplish this within the opportunity object? We activate the plus button to select the core fields that were required. I also needed the opportunity name. The opportunity type, the stage, and whether or not we have won the deal. Now, if you recall, we also wanted to add the account information and the user information. In order to add those objects, I activate the relationships panel, and here I select that I want to include the account, and then that I want to include the user owner. Now, to more easily access these objects, I will click and slide the canvas. And so now I will mouse over the account object and hit the plus button. And we wanted to include the account name, the account type, the billing state and province, and we also wanted to know which industry these accounts were within. Once we've completed that, we can click on the canvas and mouse over the user object and activate the plus button, where we can select the full name and their photo. As mentioned, we have now completed everything we would like to accomplish for this dataset builder, and at that point we may now hit the next button, and we will be placing it within my Dreamforce app, and we can go ahead and activate to create the dataset. Now that we have created the dataset, we may monitor the progress of creating it within the data flow. Again, what is the data flow? The data flow is executing the set of instructions to acquire the data and to tailor the data and to register it so that it is available for your users to use within Einstein Analytics. Next, we would like to create a dataset from a CSV file, another common activity. And here we see the quick steps required to create from CSV. As mentioned, we are expecting that you have already downloaded the CSV file for this activity. And if you have done this, you may go back to the Analytics Studio homepage. And from here, you may activate the Create button. And again, we are creating a data set. But this time, we are creating the data set from CSV file. So here we will select our CSV file, and our CSV file is the op external amount CSV. And then we select Next. And change the app from My Private App to My Dreamforce app. And now we select Next. Here you can see that we have correctly identified the name field is a dimension, and these various amount fields are correctly identified as measures. Everything looks great. Let's go ahead and upload the file button, and Einstein will be calculating and making our CSV file soon available. And thank you. That is how you upload data into Einstein Analytics.